to Degentalk. I'm here with Tony. We're going to be talking NFL, doing a preview of the divisions and the season, and on the first week. How's it going, Tony?
It's going great. How are you? It's been a
I'm
while.
well, man, and I'm looking forward to the season. We already had 1 week of college. Took a look at that. That was pretty good, and now I'm ready for NFL. And I did notice the first game, I believe it's on a Friday, is Carolina.
That's Thursday night, September 8th.
Thursday night.
Yep.
Thursday night.
8:30.
8 Thursday night football. So that's a good start. But I don't know who scheduled that. A rematch of the Super Bowl Thursday night to start the season. But hey, whatever. Do what you want, right?
Ratings, baby. It's all about ratings.
Yeah, that's like immediate rematch, right? You get knocked out. That's like Conor McGregor Diaz, immediate rematch.
That second fight was tremendous. I gotta say, it really was.
It really was, yeah. All right, let's get right into it. So, speaking of fights, we got the Cowboys and Minnesota with some fallen soldiers, both with injured quarterbacks.
Yes.
What kind of impact do you think that's gonna? What kind of impact do you think that's gonna have? I guess let's start with the Cowboys. They got a rookie coming in, right?
Yeah. Romo's going to be out 10 weeks. They drafted a rookie. He's going to be getting the first crack at it. I mean, I watched him in preseason, footwork-wise. I like him. He's got a little bit of an arm. He's decent. I think he's going to be within another year and a half or so. I think he could be potential. They're already talking about Romo. This is the last of the Mohegans for him. So it's going to be interesting. First week, Sunday game versus Giants, 4:30 start. I think it's going to be Giants are going to have an interesting game on their hands. But if there was ever a game to be able to win in their own division, it's got to be this one.
All right. And what about Minnesota? You think so? Who's going to come in and be the quarterback for Minnesota?
Sean Hill is going to get the week 1 start. After that, Sam Bradford looks to take over in week 2. They're going to give Bradford a week to get familiar with the system. And God forbid there's an injury or something, he'll step right into that starting quarterback role. But he's going to end up taking the reins from Sean Hill. Sean Hill's 36 years old, so he's not going to be a godsend for the entire season. But in a fill-in spot, he's not a bad fill-in.
All right, yeah. So he's a veteran. He knows the system.
Oh yeah,
he's been there. So all right, I can. That's a good pick for starting this season. All right, well let's see. We're in Minnesota's division. Let's see here. We got NFC North. We got Vikings, Bears, Packers, Lions, and now with the Vikings with that QB issue. Who do you think's going to win that division? You think anyone is going to be you got a clear pick for a winner or a lean for the winner of that division?
Oh, it's Green Bay's division to win for sure. I mean, let's look at the Bears. The Bears are a 7-win team, if that. I love John Fox as a head coach, but he just doesn't have the talent in the division yet. When you let Brandon Marshall, your best wide receiver, go, and you expect Alshon Jeffries to take the mothership of taking all the passes, and then he's injury prone, you're doomed. It's over. So Chicago, at best, 7 wins. Detroit, we got to talk about Calvin Johnson retiring, their best wide receiver in franchise history. He's out of there. To me, 6 wins. I think that's right around where they're going to be. We'll see what happens. Detroit, to me, is always a team every year I steer clear of. Unless they are on a very fast-paced losing streak, just completely nosediving, I stay away from them. They're just a disaster to watch.
And then I think they had a nice upset last year. I think they beat the Packers once.
Yes, they did. That was the Hail Mary into the end zone.
Yeah, that was something.
There was a lot of people that were already at the Vegas window when I was over in Vegas. People were already lined up to cash the tickets, and a whole new crew of people had to get in to take over. It was hysterical to watch. You've seen grown men crying. It was an unbelievable sight. It really was. I didn't.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's why you either take the points if they're getting double digit points, otherwise you stay the hell away from them.
Okay, Tone, what do you think about the Vikings?
Yeah, listen, they have a nice defense. They're young, they're fast, they're athletic. They got the running game. They got one of the where they just traded a first round and a fourth round pick for one of the worst overall rated quarterbacks in the league in Sam Bradford. His overall rating was 41 last year. That's the third lowest in the league. This team, if they're going to stand a chance, Adrian Peterson needs to be completely healthy, and he's going to have a massive season to get into the playoffs. To me, if Green Bay cannot clinch up this division, I'd be highly surprised and disappointed in Green Bay. So they got Jordy Nelson coming back at wide receiver for Green Bay, and he is going to be a massive difference, I think, offensively. Aaron Rodgers is not going to have to struggle as much trying to figure out who they're going to move the ball to down the field.
All right. Okay, let's check out then the NFC South. We got Falcons,
Mm-hmm.
Bucks, Saints,
Mm-hmm.
and the Panthers, of course. I don't see it. You see any of them challenging the Panthers in the division?
No, not this year. I think Tampa Bay is the closest to being a contender in this division. I think slowly but surely they're going to work their way up to challenging, but I think there's still quite a few offensive pieces and defensive pieces away. So I think Carolina runs away with this division, no doubt about it. Look for Atlanta to have a tough start because they got a much tougher schedule this season than they did last season. Last year, if you break down the numbers, Atlanta had one of the easiest schedules in the league, along with the New York Jets. So definitely, and New Orleans is just a nightmare defensively. I mean, one game they'll give up 42, then they'll give up 45. So they're nowhere near challenging in that division. Carolina runs away with it.
All right. Then we got NFC West. We got Rams, Seahawks,
Mm-hmm.
49ers, Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
You think the Seahawks got it, or you think someone's going to challenge them?
I don't know. Everything I've watched in preseason, Carson Palmer does not look right yet. Maybe it's going to take him a little while to get back into the swing of things. I was heavy on the Arizona Cardinals in certain games last season that they just blew teams away. It was beautiful. To me, Seattle Seahawks never start out a season firing away on all cylinders. They need to get Jimmy Graham the ball. I don't know what the issue was. They just couldn't find a way to get him open previously. You got the Los Angeles Rams. They're not going anywhere. San Francisco is definitely not going anywhere in this division. So it's going to be Seattle and Arizona fighting each other out for this division. I got a feeling, though, Seattle might take this division, though.
Mm-hmm. All right. And we got NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys, Redskins, Eagles, and the Giants. Now, of course, we talked about Cowboys with their QB trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I think Eagles did good in the preseason, right?
Yeah, listen, that's not going to mean a thing when this season kicks off. That's for sure.
All right. What do you see here in the NFC East? I mean, it's kind of a. I think I paid more attention to that division. I guess it's between the Giants and the Skins at this point.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, with Romo out until at least week 11, the Giants, if they can't swoop in with their new defensive pieces that they put together, they've got Victor Cruz healthy again. If they can't put this division away, I mean, at what season will you be able to put it away? So I think this is going to be the Giants' season. I think Washington can contend. I think they'll make it interesting. But at the end of the day, I think the Giants just have enough pieces offensively and defensively to work their way in. I'd say 8 wins. 8, 9 wins takes the division.
All right. All right. And all right, since we're still in that on the NFC, let's see. We had Carrot for the picks for that side. We had a Carolina game. You
Mm-hmm.
had a pick on that game, Carolina.
Yeah, I actually like Carolina first quarter, first half in that game. Opening night. I think that's going to be. You got to realize they got a new quarterback. They've lost a couple of defensive pieces. First game of the season, I like Carolina to come out strong and make up for what they weren't able to do in the Super Bowl. So I think Carolina first half is a nice pick on that one.
All right. And what do you think about Miami getting 10.5 or 11.5 points against Seattle? Think they can
Ooh.
think they can cover that?
For the game, 10.5. That's a tough one. If I had to pick them, I'd take Seattle, but I would not. I'm going to steer clear of the final, and I'm going to go first half Seattle. I think Seattle's up a touchdown at half. I think they're up at least six up by the half, and they'll cover that number for the half. But for the final, 10.5, I've seen some places at 11. That's a tough one. Does first week out of the gate, I mean, let's be honest, Ryan Tannehill, quarterback for Miami, has never gotten it done still yet, but 10.5 is a lot for the first week.
All right. Okay, let's move over to the AFC. We got AFC West. We got champs Broncos,
Mm-hmm.
San Diego Chargers, Oakland Raiders, and Kansas City Chiefs. Um, I don't know. Anyone stick out to you? You think the Chiefs can make a run for it?
Absolutely. I think once they get Jamal
Mm.
Charles back in the second or third week, I think they're definitely going to have a nice run in this division. Denver is probably even with that defense. It's a tremendous defense. But offensively, you still need to be able to push the ball up the field. I just don't know what this quarterback is going to do yet. We have to see him in game and see him react. Listen, preseason and training camps are completely different than once week one kicks off. So I'd say San Diego's a nice team. They're all right. Probably 6 or 7 wins, probably. Oakland, I have no idea. Listen, they are a few defensive pieces away from really contending in this division. And Carr, the last 10 weeks of last season, when you break down the numbers, he was not efficient. So I think Kansas City and Denver fight out for this division all season long. I'm putting a slight edge towards Kansas City. I really like what Andy Reid does out there in Kansas City.
All right. All right, let's check out the AFC South. We got Tennessee Titans, Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts, Houston Texans.
Ah,
No one
yes,
sticks
yes,
out to
yes.
me right away. What do you got?
I think it's going to be the Houston Texans. Anytime you got one of the best defensive players in the league on your side, and you got a new quarterback, let's be honest. I don't like Lamar Miller at running back. I don't like that pickup. I've seen what he can do and can't do in Miami last season. So they're going to have to piece together probably something at the running back position. But this entire division has its faults. Jacksonville just the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Colts, that offensive line. We'll see if they could protect Andrew Luck. I think Houston takes this one. I think 8 wins gets the division.
All right, yeah, I think I agree. It's going to be a tough one. 8 wins.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
AFC North, we got, let's see, Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers, Cleveland Browns, and Cincinnati Bengals. Question is, you think the Browns are going to be at the bottom?
As always, bottom feeders.
Maybe not this year. I don't know. I'm just
They were,
thinking
yeah.
they got a new QB, but I don't know. Well, I like it when they get a lot of. Sometimes they get a lot of points.
Mhm.
I have to check out the against the spread stats. I don't have
Mhm.
that, but a few games they got way too many points last year. Maybe at that second half of the season that'll happen again.
It's like in any session in football, you have to have an offensive line that can protect the quarterback. They do not have that. And they have a guy whose mobility is his strength, and he is going to get slammed around week after week. It's not going to be a pretty sight for RG3 over in Cleveland. But God bless him. A salute. I think Pittsburgh takes this division. They need to stay healthy this season. And also, what we got to look at here, the Baltimore Ravens, they were highly injured last season, and they lost a lot of games by 5 points or less. They're going to be a contender this year if Flacco stays healthy. I think they're really turning over that roster. Obviously, they're a couple of seasons away from really contending again, but they're not going to be an easy pushover. And then you have the Cincinnati Bengals, where you like Dalton, you like what he shows you, but at certain points throughout the season, he just wets the bed. I think this is Pittsburgh Steelers' division to take. I think they'll probably be up to, I think, at least a 10-win team this year.
All right. And then we got finally AFC East, the deflated division. We got New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins, New York Jets, and the Buffalo Bills. Of course, everyone's going to take the division. I don't see anything that says they won't take it this year. What do you think?
Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. I think this is a make or break season for Rex Ryan up in Buffalo. He had going into when he took that job, he had the third ranked defense. He started using all these masking schemes and getting all the guys defensively confused about where they should be positioned, and they completely wet the bed. They just didn't latch on to his system defensively. The Jets, my team, unfortunately, they have the toughest schedule when you have opponents' winning percentage based off of last season, so they're going to have a very rough season. But I do like what they did with Matt Forte, picking him up, using him as a little dink and dunk guy. Um, I think I don't know what this guy Garofalo is going to do the first 4 weeks for New England. So we could be at 10 wins for the Patriots, could be at 11 wins. Let's see what he does. Miami isn't going anywhere. I have no faith in Miami. Never do. I think they'll cover games that you don't expect them to. I just they always fizzle out at the end of the season. Sometimes they show a little something, a little enthusiasm first couple of weeks of a season, but they usually flutter out. New England takes a division as usual.
All right. And who do the Jets play as the first game?
They're playing Cincinnati the first week of the
Okay, right.
season.
That's right. That's right. So right now
Yep,
it's 2.5 is the spread.
yep.
What
I'll
do you
be
think
at that
about that
game.
matchup? What do you think
I'll
about
be
that?
at that game. It's right now. It's down to 2.5. A lot of guys have been pounding Cincinnati. They like them the first week. That's a very tough game. I got to be honest. I would take the points. I would definitely use that as a leg for a teaser and tease my
Hmm.
Jets up. I like that. Home
Okay,
favorite
great.
getting points. I'll take it. I
All
think
right.
they'll
Yeah.
keep
Okay.
it
Yeah.
close.
They're getting plus 2.5.
Yep.
It's in so they're the home dogs.
Yep. Home dogs. I'm sorry. Home
Home dogs.
favorites.
That's okay. No, that's okay. Home dogs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree. 2.5.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something to tease them with too. I don't know if I'm going to go ugly with the 49ers and Miami, or if I'm going to go with Carolina game teasing. Going to have to check that out. But those are definitely options. 10.5 points, 11.5 points, plus putting
For,
the teaser is a lot, and I
yeah.
like I like that as a leg of the teaser.
For
And
me, I think a leg that you should look at is the New York Giants getting 6. I think that's a nice teaser.
nice one,
Uh,
yeah, right, nice
yeah,
one.
I like that right there. And then you go ahead and let's see if you really want to get a little wild, a little creative there. Maybe you take the Colts. You tease it under the number +2. God forbid there's a
Colts to win,
safety.
basically.
Yeah, the Colts. Yeah,
Mhm.
basically to win. I don't have any faith in Detroit ever. Anytime you get Andrew Luck healthy at home, the guy's got potential. I mean, thank God they have him because otherwise they'd probably be a 3-win team. They really would be.
All right, different. Okay, and just for some crazy props, there is a prop. I think it pays about 5.0 decimal. What is that like? Plus 500 American. A
Yes, it is.
team to be shut out in the first week.
Yes, I
What do you
like it.
think?
Yes, I
You
like.
like it?
Yeah, I like it. Plus
Hey,
500.
yeah, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's okay.
But
So let's take
okay,
a
but
look. We could look.
who are the candidates to be shut out then? I mean, what we got? Miami at
Yep.
Seattle.
I was looking at that. I was just looking at that.
Let's see.
Jacksonville? No, not Jacksonville.
Lions? I don't know. It's kind of
No,
tough.
Colts. Colts
Hey,
defense isn't good
I
enough to
like
start shutting
plus
people
five.
out.
I like plus 500 too. But then I started looking at the list of the games. I was trying to think, okay, well, who's the candidate to be shut out here? You know,
Mhm.
they got to play a good defense.
Yeah.
Well,
Decisions,
let
decisions,
yeah,
decisions.
decisions. Another one is if you want to go the other way is I think I forgot the name of it. I think it's every team scores at least 10 points for about even money. If you like the
And
other way, then you could go there. But yeah, take a it's not bad to have a look at the props. Maybe one week there will be a week where you think there's going to be one or two teams that could get shut out. Then take a look at those props. Could be a way to go. Could also be a hedge against one of your games. Or if you're a totals person, then that's right up your alley. So I guess you're not hitting any of the total. Do you regularly look at the totals, or you kind of stay away from them?
I always look at the totals. If something really jumps out to me, I'll jump on it. This week, I'm going to say there's a couple of interesting games I actually kind of like. I think under 48 points for the Green Bay game. I think coming out of the gate, I don't think they're going to be at full strength, completely slinging the ball down the field, even though Jacksonville's a very beatable team. I think under 48 is it's not a bad pick right there. And let's see, what else do we have on the calendar? Under 47 for the Arizona Cardinals game. I like that. No Brady this week. Carson Palmer didn't look good in preseason. I think that's a nice
All
pick right
right.
there, under 47.
What about what's the total on the Carolina Denver game?
It is over under 42.
All right. Well, what if we took 42 and Carolina 7 point teaser? So then we got and the over. Then we got 42 minus 7, 35 over 35 and Carolina plus 4. You
I
like
like
that?
that. I like that a lot, actually.
Okay, I think I might.
Look at you. You've
That's a
graduated to full degenerate status. It's official.
all right. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. This was Degentalk NFL preview. If you want to get up with us, you can check out at DGenBet on Twitter. You can also check out telegram.me/sportsbet, Telegram channel with over 500 bettors, degenerates, handicappers, talking sports betting 24 hours a day. And Tony, if we want to get up with you, how do we do that?
Find me on Twitter all day, every day. I'm at picking NBA AN So that's
All
the
right,
best
you can
place to
check
find
out
me.
definitely. And there's a link to his Twitter and all the other links in the description. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and put your comments below.